You take out your plas cutter and do a cool spinning move, jumping off a few logs and jamming the tool into the snap ladder's, well, ladder. It exhales a cloud of noxious acid mist. Ace applauds. It's a Unisaur. You and Vase duck into a brush to observe it. It rubs against the gloop willow, seemingly unaware of your presence. Well, it suddenly is. Its head snaps towards you, nostrils flaring as it catches your scent. Its jaw opens wider and wider, revealing glistening needle-thin teeth and a terrible light from deep within. It looks like it hasn't been fed in some time. Allison charges. Vase looks at you wide-eyed. You do. Stand your ground. Woohoo. You and Vase explode out of the brush, matching the Unisaur's energy. It rears back and roars in surprise at your intimidation tactic, and you take a knee and fire your rifles. Your own bullets punch into the Unisaur's leathery hide, and it roars again, this time in pain, and wheels around to dash into the tree. Damn it. Almost had it. Vase curses. You're alive, which is a bonus. Maybe it'll die from those wounds. Electrical storms can be a real danger when you're slogging through swamps, and not just because of the obvious. Something in the friction of technology and air draws previously unseen creatures to the surface. Their behavior is strange and unknown. Something like an electric eel has surfaced here, and is lifting a long antenna out of the water. It looks like it's trying to attract lightning. Maybe we should give it what it wants, Vase says, pulling on a pair of stun gloves and grinning sadistically. Just avoid it. He can do what he wants. The Unisaur has been following you and Vase from the distance. See it now and then, out of the corner of your eye. Befriend it! Doesn't seem aggressive and looks recently fed, so it isn't hunting you for food. Unusual behavior for such an ordinary creature. Doesn't act like a wild animal at all. More like an algorithm. It's not interested in your food, your soft cooing. Nothing you can offer. It's unnerving and strange. It continues to back off and keep a precise distance from your face. When it sees you paying attention, it backs off further and then comes back to observe you. That's it. I've had enough of this. The presence of danger seems to unlock some new subroutine in the Unisaur's instant. It charges you. There's another pet that I'm supposed to eventually get. I don't know, there's like 4 pets available in this game, I've heard. Doesn't even defend itself. Bizarre. When Vase kill it, and it dies just like any other perfectly ordinary unicorn. But their meat is toxic to humans. An hour later, you notice a muckwalker watching you from the water. It dives back under when you point it out to Vase, but a few minutes later, it's back again. Ah, I'm sick of being spied on, Vase exclaims. He stomps over to the swamp edge and splashing up mud and brackish water. I don't want... Okay, you know what? I don't want to kill that one. That thing still up here? It is. Okay, there's another exclamation point. Go that way. Look at that. Unisaur corpse. It's rotting here in the thick mound. Look. Maybe it's the one you wounded. The meat isn't edible, but you figure you could harvest that shining horn. Someone will probably want to study it. Backtracking to where I didn't do anything and no other boss event has spawned. That's the one that this comes up to protect. Drops. Wait, how much stress do I have? 72. Let me see what these are. Want to do perception challenge. The worst thing about hunting in a bog is, well, the bog. You're up to your knees in sticky, clinging mud, sucking at your boots when you try to move. You're stuck. Look at it with a stick, and then lose the stick. How deep does this go? The bridge. Find some branches that's light enough and strap them together using tall grass, making a kind of raft. Drop it onto the mud, where it sits without sinking. Then you make a second raft, walk to the end of the first and drop it down. Then you pick up the first, walk to the end of the second and drop it down. Continuing this way with your two rafts, you and Vase are able to cross without even getting wet. It takes forever, but it works. Hearing is still going up at least. Hi, Nutella! Fancy seeing you again today. Wow. Wait, was this the final event? Was this the first event that I encountered? It is. Wait, no, Utopia's here too. Utopia. At Utopia, I've set up a base camp in the swamps. Studying your holoscreens. They're studying their holoscreens intently. Like generals in a war room, you suppose. In a way they are. Red just you over. Here's our hero. Listen, Solana. We've been studying the information we took from the cloning facility. What did you learn? Our suspicions were correct. That was a cloning facility, Rhett says. Before we blew it up anyway. Rhett nods at Utopia. Yes, here says the facility's construction matches the convergent domain ruins in the west resting ridges. Thing is, those ruins have mostly been dead for thousands of years, but that cloning facility, well, it was clearly still running. He pulls up the surveyor's report. Long before the stratosphere cleft Earth, we scanned the hell out of Rotumna. No signs of active sentient life, but there was something here. Something the convergent domain left behind to run their facilities. Congruents figured it out. It's some sort of eco-defense system run by AI, called the Gardeners. You nod, like you've heard this for the like you're hearing this for the first time. Like them little bot gardeners from Geoponics, Utopia chimes in. Hey, this system across the whole damn planet. I can't believe it's still running. She shakes her head in wonder. Imagine a dog still hunting thousands of years after its owners passed on. Wait, how did they know they're called the Gardeners? How did they not come up with their own name? And how did we know that it's called Convergent Ruins and then Sim told us it was also Convergent Ruins? Rhett snorts. For all we know, this dog's what killed them all. You don't breed those faceless just to pull a few weeds. He turns back to you. Our guess is, now we're the weeds. Must have triggered it when we landed and it's out to get us. Need some way to access its mainframe or whatever it is so we can destroy it before it kills us. Defense system may be responsible for the attacks during Glow and who knows what else. Rhett looks at you. You've been out there, Solana. You've seen things. Have anything to add? We should try talking to it? Brett shakes his head. Look, even if this security system is intelligent, even if it's smarter than congruence, it's never going to think outside of its programming. It's identified us as intruders and won't stop until we're all dead. That's its rifle. Like this drone rifle. But you shoot a smart bullet, you can't negotiate with it. You can't be friends with it. It has a job to do, and its job is to kill. Sorry, sir, it's just a dumb plot, I guess. Fine, have your stupid war. Stomp out of the tent, and Utopia follows you. Hey, don't take it personally. You know those soldier types. The hammer, so he nails wherever he goes. He can be hard to work with. If you want to get him to do something, you usually have to go over his head. Try talking to the governor about it. That's even worse. Brett and Utopia have set up a base camp in the swamps. They're studying their holo screens intently, like General. Oh. Nothing else to report. Right, well, the first thing we need to do is understand the surveillance system better. That cloning facility was advanced technology, like. Must be networked somehow. He looks at Utopia, who nods. Yes, says there are more convergent domain ruins in the Resting Village. That'd be a good place to start to look for some kind of access point. So that option is always there for me to say something. Know how to access the array. Tell Rhett that you've managed to connect to the array, which what he calls the Convergent Domains Eco-Defense Mainframe, and note on the map all the places you found where it can be done. Like hundreds of these nodes, Rhett says. Good work, kid. Anything else for us? No. Now that we have to have access to this array, we need to figure out what to do with it. We need something that can take the system down all at once so it doesn't have anywhere to hide and replicate. Something like a computer virus. Go talk to Congruence in engineering and about designing a payload. Might just take an AI to destroy an AI. Okay, I could always snitch about Sim, but I won't. Alright, we're doing this again. You've been trying to kill us. Going to shoot me? You don't have to fight, we can coexist. I'll try this again. Woohoo! Okay, so we've already read all this. I'm not going to read it again. Stay quiet. Now we're going home. Pollen. This is kneeling with his hat flat on the ground. Sometimes I swear I can hear the planet talking. Always told me I was weird. Maybe they're right. Wait, is he... Oh, he's full. Okay. One Rex. 1-2 Sim. Alright, Rex. Rex is holding an ice pack to his eye. Oh good, it's one of Vase's little birds, he says, too tired to scowl at you. What do you want? Legs incoming. Really? I mean, yeah, sure, of course, obviously, but he embraces you, wrapping you in a comforting hug. Don't get mad at me when word gets back to Vase that you're hanging out with me, okay? Dude's got his eyes everywhere. It's a good hug. And that makes you instantly feel a little more relaxed. What if it isn't one of Vase's cronies? Rex teases. Did he just tell you to come give me a hard time, or are you just here for fun? Likes logs, right? Oh! He howls with happiness as he takes the mushwood from you. Remember my birthday. Jim brought me the perfect stick for my collection. Rex whistles at you as you approach, giving you a heated up and down with his eyes. To do something different with your hair? And he leans in to sniff you. Perfume? No, is that a new shirt? Whatever you're doing, it's working for you. He makes a claw with one hand and growls sexily at you and cracks up. Rex is chatting with one of the young soldiers from Helio, smiling wolfishly down at her with his hand braced above her head as she giggles. When she sees you coming, her smile drops and she beats a hasty retreat, avoiding your gaze. Rex turns, his confused expression melting away to delight when he sees you. Well, hey, Solana! Some of the Helios are weird about being seen with me. Continues unbothered. She'll be back. Interesting. Like flowers. Okay. When we are talking, when they suddenly go quiet and you hit the ground. Seconds later, a group of Helio soldiers walk past you, ignoring you and Nomi entirely. She picks up the edge of her sweater. Sorry. Sometimes it's just easier if everyone pretends they don't notice me. Tell me why. Okay, I can give crystal. Nomi is camped out in the lounge, their hollow pad screens spread out before them like a drawing table. In another screen, there's a collection of photos of a manticore. Nomi looks between the two screens, their brow furrowed in concentration as they scribble directly onto the stylus. What are you doing? Well, she replies thoughtfully. I wanted to write an illustrated story about aliens, like in Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform, except you have Xenos here on Vertumna. Like manticores and faceless and stuff, but they can talk, and instead of attacking the colony, they help people instead. That sounds cool. Thanks, he chirps, dribbling happily at her drawing. I got that idea from the second Turbo Girl Hyperjet OVA. You know, the one where Medusa demons show up and the aliens and the Turbo Girls have to band together to defeat their common enemy? I remember that part. He looks up at you with a start. Oh, that reminds me. So, I'm trying to brush up on my Xeno anatomy. I'm totally fine with writing, but... They blow out a big breath, ruffling their bangs. I haven't been here long enough to make sure it feels right, you know? Make it go pop. I want to make sure I'm being, you know, sensitive about stuff I don't know a lot about. So I was wondering, could you help me with some of the world building? I'd love to. You spend an enjoyable afternoon helping Nomi with their story. When you're done, they give you a big hug and thank you profusely for your help. You feel really proud of what you've accomplished. Al looks up from the geoponics bed where he's doing something sciencey with the water. Oh, hey Solana, just give me a sec. I'm checking the oxygen levels in the bed. I'm watching you get too much aerobic bacteria. He huffs a little laugh. You sound like Tang, right? There's a lot of science in this geoponic stuff. Sure is the future. Give him... Talk to me. Okay, the only other person I have to worry about is Sim. So essentially no one here. I can rest this. We bump into Tangent after a routine checkup in medbay. Alana, could you wait a moment? I'm almost done. Let's walk out together. Instance gives you a curious look as Tang hurries to catch up with you but goes back to her work. I wonder if Tang needs something for you or just wants to hang out. Lately, it seems like she has less time for her friends and preferring to work late at the lab. Maybe she's lonely. Nice weather we're having, Tang says as you walk outside. You look around. Pretty normal for the season. She clears her throat. So different here than it was in space. Growing up in spaceship was so tidy. Here, I'm constantly sweeping pollen or dust or spores or what have you off of everything. There was a mushroom growing in the corner of the bathroom the other day. I don't like it, honestly. Yuck, Tang says, wrinkling her nose. You can have it. You walk for a few more minutes. Tang clearly has something on her mind, so you let her sit with it until she finally steals yourself. I'm not very good at this sort of thing, she says slowly. You know how I've been working on a big project with the chief engineer? Yeah? She continues. Well, it's been going really well. You think we're finally over the last hurdle now. Governor Lum says it's going to change everything here in the colony for the better. Tang seems more at ease than you've seen her in years. Really, I couldn't have done it without you, Tang says, a slight smile warming her usually expressionless face. You know I can be a hard person to be around, but I appreciate everything you've done for me, and ultimately for the colony and all of humanity. Happy to help a friend. Tang nods and shoves her hands in the pockets of her lab coat, apparently having exhausted her capacity for heartfelt conversation. What? Dang, you friend-zoned the heck out of Tang. I did call her, okay, but I do want to just be with, I'd rather choose this. Okay, let's say if we said, yeah, it's gross here. Right? Tang says, her eyes wide. Everything's just growing all the time. Everywhere. With no plan? I hate even thinking about it. Yes, I know your big project. What's really going on with you? Tang says, it's nothing. I just think it's nice to take a moment to recognize when someone has helped you. I'm trying to do it more. If the last decade has taught me anything, it's that you don't want to wait until it's too late. He smiles cryptically. The option is not time to make your move. I just want the achievement, okay? You and Tang find yourselves alone on the path from engineering to the quarters wing. You edge closer to Tangent as you walk. He doesn't seem to notice and moves away, maintaining the distance between you. We're a good team, let's make it official. Propose a formal, amorous partnership between you. The way one might propose a scientific thesis. It would have mutually beneficial advantages, you tell her, and... Tang stops in her tracks. I don't know what to say, she says slowly. She gives you a considering look. Not the first person to suggest a partnership, but I must admit, you're the first who piques my interest in return. You know what? Yes, she decides. You're entirely right. I like you. You like me. Nothing's stopping us from pursuing a relationship. How should we begin? Tang smiles. Real one, showing her teeth. Well, Solana, if you like me, surely you expect nothing less than a completely rational response that takes into account both our feelings and our situation. Okay, Sheldon. Yeah, I expect nothing less. She slips her hand into yours and steps close. You kiss me now, or shall I kiss you? You lean in and press your mouths together. Tang's lips are a little dry, and she smiles when you kind of stick together. Almost acceptable, she teases, licking her lips. She brings her hand to your face and guides you together again into a kiss that's much better than the first. How does she know how to do this, though? She's a better kisser than you expected. Confident, unashamed, and methodical. You kiss until she's tired of it, pulling away and touching her lips with a slight smile. I'm looking forward to continuing this train of thought, she says. How does she know how to do this? Anna the Riz Master, lesbian kiss Polly. Okay, but for real, how did she know how to do this? After spending 17 years working in a lab only. Working. Do not bang her on the roof? No? There is sex ed? That doesn't teach you how to kiss? Ironic. Thanks for the follow. Hope you enjoy your stay here. That just teaches you how to make babies. Research, obviously. She wasn't celibate. Eh? Also, can I still wait? Can you romance multiple people? Or no? I'm asking legitimately. Because I did it in Persona. Some of the romance options are okay with polyamory. Some are not. Hang is monogamous? Oh, well. Alright, my first choice is still Diz. I just wanted to see if there's like an achievement route here. Hang's working late in the lab this evening as usual. What's unusual though is the smile that brightens on her face when she looks up from her microscope and sees you. Oh, Solana, I'm glad you're here. I was just so... Oh, no, actually, why don't you come over and see for yourself? You take a look through her microscope. Look at the shape of the spores. I've only seen this once before when we were studying the shimmer fungus, but this fungus isn't any of the ones we've identified as capable of spreading the shimmer. He pushes you aside and looks through the microscope again, and makes more notes on her hollow lens. I think we've got an understanding of something. Solana, this could change everything. If more species are capable of spreading the spores, then the shimmer response is more widespread than we previously thought. Possibly even a planet-wide phenomenon. He looks positively energized. Because it's a new species, I get to submit a suggestion for its name. What do you think? Should I name it after you? I'd be honored. Tang smiles and puts your name into her hollow eye. With a slight gesture of her hand, Tang's hollow eye turns off. She sighs and then rubs her thumb and index finger over her eyes. Even later than usual for me, isn't it? Time to pack up and get going before the sanitation team arrives in the morning. He yawns, and then blinks rapidly in surprise. Seems that even I'm tired. You help her pack up her workstation. She turns off the lights with one last fond look at her lab. You and Tang take the long way through the colony, walking companionable silence towards the general direction of the living quarters. You've come to enjoy these walks with Tang, moving like twin spirits through the sleeping world. Tang stops you before you head into the living quarters. Actually, let's not go straight back. I'm gonna stay out a little longer. You and Tang climb up onto the walls where the wind coming from the forest is stronger and keep walking. The wilderness is dark and impenetrable past the defensive perimeter. Tang keeps you on the outside edge subconsciously, or possibly consciously, putting you between her and it. Hate thinking about what's out there. Predators, dangers, diseases, all the monsters that have terrified humanity since the dawn of time, and they're right outside these walls. For as long as we can keep them out. She wraps her arms around herself as she walks, looking down at the ground. And inside as well. Monstrosity is the human condition too. Everything horrible is endemic to humanity. Jealousy, aggression, fear, pride, it's still here in us. We brought it. Like we brought potatoes and corn. It's terrifying to think what horrors we're capable of inflicting here as we did on Earth. You walk a little farther before Tang, seemingly in the middle of some deep thought. Stops and turns to you. Lana, are you happy here? She winces and then bites her lip. No, I don't mean happy, precisely. Happiness is irrelevant to the survival situation. What I mean is, you imagine a future here. One that you would have chosen for yourself, should you have been given the option? Are you fulfilled? I'm just existing day by day. I'm not going for the I just want to see where this goes. But I'm gonna roll back if I can just romance this straight away. This is but I dated Tang redacted. Oh, Tang's not monogamous? I'm existing day by day. Tang agrees. What a miserable existence we lead. Honestly, I despise the physical realities of living here. The smell, the cramped quarters, the constant threat of attack. Everyone's meaningless interpersonal squabbles amplified by proximity and stress. I can feel them weighing me down. He laughs humorlessly. Well, we don't have a choice, do we? Therefore, the only rational decision is to make the best of what we have. To accept otherwise is to accept misery and death. That's a tangent you know so well. You can trust her to stay logical and focused no matter what chaos tomorrow may bring. I got an achievement for that! Wahoo! You walk until the chill of the night settles into your skin and descend from the walls and walk back to the living quarters. Tang hesitates at the threshold. Anyone else might not have noticed, but you know Tang. Probably better than anyone in the colony does. Even her own brother. What's wrong? It's nothing. I'm just tired, I suppose. I'm working on something with the chief engineer that's bigger than anything I've ever worked on before. Change the fate of the colony. Of humanity, even. Looks at you and gives you a faint smile. It's a lot to think about, and when I'm alone, all I do is think about it. You want a hug? Her awkward silence conveys that she has to consider this deeply. Yes, she says finally. I do, actually. You unfold Tang in a gentle hug. After a few seconds of stunned inaction, Tang wraps her arms limply around you as well. Spread your hands wide and hold her more tightly, trying to manifest the right kind of comforting energy to resonate through Tang's shields. Either you manage, or she simply relents. Tang rests her head on top of yours and sighs. I talk about how physical touch encourages the production of oxytocin, which is a bonding hormone that imparts feelings of calm and security. You can feel her smile against your hair. No, you know that though. I'll simply say this is nice. Thank you. She straightens her coat. I'm aware that I'm not the easiest person to befriend. Among my many admirable qualities, I'm also often cold, brusque, and tactless. I owe you my thanks for taking the time to see through that. I don't know why you would have bothered, but I'm grateful. She looks towards the living quarters, as if steeling herself. You don't have to be alone tonight. Oh, an interesting proposition. What precisely do you mean? Okay, we'll just see where this goes. We could keep each other company. She scrutinizes your face for any hint of an ulterior motive. Convinced you have none, her shoulders drop. I like that. Thank you, she says, defeated. I unlocked another background, let's go! Right? Where are they? Oh wait, no, it's in the front thing. I'm taking a rest again, damn, it's tiring. Knife topaz. You cannot date the twins together. Okay. Yeah, that'd be weird. For real. You retire back to Tang's quarters. A largely sterile sleeping room with few human touches, save for a few neglected plants and a ratty blanket that you recognize as the kind Chief Steward On used to knit by hand for every kid. There's a physical photo of Tang and Instance posed awkwardly together as if they'd been working on something, and we're told to take a break to smile for the camera. You keep Tang quiet company for a few hours, trading bits of conversation until the first sun starts to rise. You look over and see that Tang's eyes have closed and her face has finally gone slack in much-needed sleep. Hold a blanket over her and close your eyes as well, to catch a few hours before you're both expected back at work. Roof. Backgrounds. Oh, this is just friends' quarters? The football people seem nice. Nice. Not sure what sport that is. Evos. Where is... Oh, here. Select tangent on the main menu. Great. This one. I need to friend zone her and then I want to date this. Why does Vase want to talk to me, bro? You. And this. Wait. So I call again. Now time to friend zone Tang after she opened up to us. I got the achievement, that's all that matters. I have a question though, Liz. Oh shit, congrats. Okay. How do I just wait for their romance to unlock, I guess? Cause I do have 10 hearts with this. Right now. This has a romance flag. Oh, okay. Okay, hopefully I trigger it. You feel the weight of a pair of eyes on you as you approach Anemone. Looking around, you see Vase staring at you with a suspicious expression. Hey, Solana, Anemone says, greeting with a smile. What's up? Wait. If Vase needed a partner, why didn't Anemone just go? She looks wrong, you know? So like, why wouldn't she be? God, Anemone's... Oh. Anemone only likes eggs. Yes, Vase? Find Vase in the garrison lounge, holding court with a small group of young soldiers listening to him tell a story about his latest expedition. He's gesturing animatedly with his arms and snarling like a beast. And then I shot it out of the sodding sky. Bam, bam! Vase finishes as you approach. The gathered crowd hoots and hollers for him, which he accepts magnanimously. Looking around, you can see that it's mostly his Helio crew. You can tell from their uniformly closed, cropped hair and perfect posture that there are some faces you recognize from the colony. Anemone's there, and she shoots you a little wave. Hell tell your own heroic story. You loudly boast that Base's story is nothing and walk right into the crowd of listeners. All eyes turn towards you, including Base's, who is regarding you with a curious mixture of annoyance and interest. Tell them about the time when you saved Professor Hall when you were only 11. You tell the story of how you saved Professor Hall when he was cornered in the classroom by an alien. You don't have to embellish much. Everyone is rapt as you describe finding him with his throat already cut open, covered in blood, and the heated battle with the monster that followed. Damn, Base says, clearly impressed. He must be the coolest person on the whole podunk planet. Base's friends laugh, while the colonists look at each other and smile awkwardly, already not wanting to disagree with Base. All except for Anemone, who joins in and laughs the loudest of all. Base kicks out another stool from his table. Well, hero, come sit beside the king. You take a seat beside Base. He crosses his arms and sits back, looking at you appraisingly. I don't think this colony made them like you. I didn't think this colony made them like you. I thought you were all farmers and hippies, but you, who I like. You've got a warrior soul. The other Heliopause teenagers look at you approvingly. The only thing this colony's good for is sport. Can't wait to get out there and shoot some aliens. He says, he bangs his fist on the table. Those little shits aren't gonna know what hit them. Can't kill aliens, this is their home. His lip curls as he snorts. You nullheads want to live here or not? It's not gonna be your home unless you make it yours. He doesn't look happy that you challenged him in front of his friends. You and Base talk a while longer. Well, he mostly talks while you and his friends listen. Eventually the little crowd breaks up as people move on to their other duties. Base says goodbye to all the Heliopause soldiers by name and some of the colony ones too. Anemone lingers a little longer than the rest. He reaches down to her and they grasp forearms, and he pulls her down for a kiss. See you around later, babe, he says. Alright, he's definitely down for polyamory, right? Anemone one-ups him, sliding into his lap and kissing him deeply. Not if I find you first. Base laughs and swats her butt when she gets up to leave. Why don't they just go hunting together? They're even matching right now. Guys, I'm telling you, Slots is broken. He's 20? Anyway. Eventually, just two of you left. Base stands up and puts his hand on his hip, surveying the garrison, his kingdom. What we did on Heliopause was trained for this exact moment. We were literally made for this. We're the best of the best. He leans into your space and fixes you with a wolfish smile, which makes me the best thing to happen to this planet since it started shitting out oxygen. Don't you forget it. You. This, I guess. Okay, we got a friend zone tag. Okay, here we go. Mommy. Rex. He talked. Did I give you flowers? Yes. This. Good. The oldest kid and Anemone is the youngest. That's fucking weird. How old is she? She's 16. Okay, I guess there's no laws here, but 20 and 16 in this society, jail. Hi, Dad. He's already said that. Okay, let's rest, because then I'm gonna go out to the ridge again. Is this gonna be, or some, we're gonna find Sim. He can't go to jail. His dad is the governor. Oh wait, they're related. I forgot. Oh my god. The corruption. I don't have all this. Kill his dad, kill the governor. Topaz, I thought you were resting. Wait. Governor Lum and Vase are not related? I was joking. I don't know who's who. Oh. Oh, right. No, we should rest first, and then I'll make the... Wait, does the payload take time? So you could literally talk to congruence anywhere. You meet her in the robotics workshop. Security Chief Fred has briefed her on what she needs. Greetings, Solana. I have some ideas on how to disarm the alien array, or as Security Chief Fred puts it, how to tear this AI freak show to a new asshole. So evocative. Professor Hal walks in from the garage, wiping oil off his hands. Ah, Solana's here. Are you here to learn how to make a bomb? Exciting. I haven't done this since my rebel days. Prince of Congruence. Isn't that right, m'lady? You be the brains, I'll be your hands. Lana, stay and pay attention. You'll need to know how to install this thing. Questions? Of course, ask away. What is the array, really? Well, it's a computer system, like me. We think so, anyway. It runs the Convergent Domain's ancient eco-defense system. The long answer is that we don't actually know what the hardware looks like. Given what we know about how you accessed the array before, the main terminal was probably underground, and it's likely organic. Isn't that neat? When we left Earth, humans had just begun experimenting with organic computing. I've expanded on their initial research, and after extensive study of Rotumnan biology, I have a few ideas on how to proceed. Congruence displays a diagram of a mushroom. You watch as it releases spores, and the diagram expands to display a whole mycelial network of interconnected bodies. The array records information from all over the planet and relays that information to its AI agents, intelligent subprocesses that are independently mobile but share a collective reasoning. The relationship is much like mine to our watering bots on a much larger scale. Security Chief Surveyors suspect those agents have been influencing the animals to attack us, interfering with our communications, maybe even changing the weather or soil to impede our progress. It's likely that this was developed as a defense system, in the sense that its purpose is to regulate the environment. It stands to reason that it has identified us as an invader and has been attempting to eradicate us. Like the planet's immune system. What is the payload? Well, it's a computer virus, essentially, Congruence replies. It's a piece of software that will duplicate itself and spread to key systems in the array, and then neutralize them. We are the cancer, bro. Resting in the library. Kinda done resting, you'll continue now. Thanks to the card, you can just go to the library. Nice. Hope it's a nice library. I'm not quite certain what neutralize means in this context. It's a bit of a mystery given how little we know about how the array actually works. We'll have to keep it simple. Rely on the assumption that this array was never designed to defend itself from an attack engineered by a being matched in its complexity. More questions. Are AIs people? Well, it's complicated. I like to think congruence here is more than the sum of our parts, but the alien system. I don't know what that is at all. He grimaces, trying to cover it up with a smile. Well, who are we to say what isn't a person? Question that's been plaguing humanity for millennia. Never going to solve it in a robotics lab. What I do know is that this array, whatever it is a danger to humanity, and for that reason alone we need to do something about it. I don't know if this will take time. Did I save correctly? Made it. Ready to learn, I guess. Congress does most of the work, but Professor Hall builds the hardware and universal connector. Huh, it's just like how we met. Oh wait. Oh, it's just like how we met. Congruence coos, and Hal laughs uncomfortably. He transfers her artisanal, single-batch, handcrafted, organic virus into the payload hardware. It's interesting that the array lacked the basic security to keep you from discovering it, Congruence says, as you're waiting for the virus to download. It was designed to repel hackers and attacks from other corporations. System security was a high priority. Humans on Earth were predisposed to being malicious due to the brutality of their environment. What you are to the humans of Earth, the array is to me. They were designed for humanity's peaceful ascent to the stars. The array was designed to maintain order in a naturally disordered planetary ecosystem to repel chaos from without, not within. I don't believe the array will have the capability to defend itself against an intelligent foe. You don't know exactly what to expect when it comes time to plug this thing in, but Congruence runs you through some possible installation scenarios. Afterwards, though, the planet really will be on its own. No guardians maintaining equilibrium, no legacy of failed civilization, no more attacks by brainwashed animals. Nature, as it should be. Payload's in your hands. Time to return to Rhett. That didn't take time. Relax in the lounge. Can I still level up the pets? 3 max. They relax in the lounge in the lobby. Alright, you know what? We haven't relaxed in the lounge for a while. Let's do that. Lots of kids treat the lounge as an informal study hall, especially Tangent, and Morris too sometimes if she's trying to impress Tangent. You crack open a textbook on your holopalm and read about some old dead Earth poets. Because you're not in class doesn't mean you can't read a bit ahead. Okay. Nothing happened there. Let's see what else. Follow, we told you! Slots is broken. I don't know why you guys keep using it. Lambertumnan bugs have moved into the garden. They're attracted to the smell of human sweat, apparently. People were worried at first, thinking they were dangerous, but it turns out they don't bite. They just scrape off a layer of dead skin. Now people are just vaguely grossed out, which is a lot better. Sometimes you see Mars out there reading a holo magazine and letting the bugs crawl all over her feet. Who says it's like a spa treatment? Colin, you good, Dad? This... Oh my god, is it time? Can't find Dis outside the walls even though the duty roster has him working on expedition vehicles today. After asking around, one of his crewmates points you to where she just seen him disappear into the forest just 10 minutes ago. You thank her and set off into the wilderness. Is it because we had money laundering and our punishment is no more slot winning ever? Love seeing Kana be happy about this game. It makes me feel so validated. I'm excited to romance this. But for real, Slots is broken. Stream Elements is problem, not... It's like completely out of our control. Even if we try to help you guys. You've picked up a few things about tracking after hanging out with Dis for so long, so you follow his trail into the nearby Mushwood Forest until you hear him speaking calm and slow. Shh, it's gonna be okay, just let me... You follow his voice to find him kneeling on the ground next to a wounded Hawkeye. The scent of blood and animal fear colors the air. Dis's knife glints as he pulls it from his... Oh, okay, I've got you. Anymore. It won't hurt anymore real soon. Branch snaps underfoot and Dis's head jerks up. His eyes go wide, but he doesn't greet you. Instead, he gestures for you to get a closer look at the Hawkeye. Its single leg is mangled beyond recognition from a hunter's snap trap, and it's bleeding heavily. It can only stare up at Dis, defeated in its 4 eyes. It struggles once more and goes still from the exertion, wheezing miserably. Tell everyone they're humane traps, but humans lies, don't they? They lie all the time. The hunters won't be back to check the traps until tomorrow. He says, looking down at the Hawkeye with a grim expression. Put it out of its misery. The kindest thing you could do. Once and steals himself. With a clean cut, he slices through the neck of the Hawkeye. It tenses, twitches in fear of a reflex, and then goes limp in his arm. This is quiet at your side for a long time, breathing evenly in through his nose and out through his mouth like he's meditating. Better to die quickly than suffer in a trap. But there shouldn't have been a trap in the first place, he says eventually. Pointless. It's gonna die eventually, but not here. Natural. Not the death part that bothers me. Or vanity. Humans are so afraid of extinction that they'll kill indiscriminately to avoid it. He takes out a cloth and wipes the Hawkeye's blood off his blade. His movements slow and reverent. He used to let it control me too. I thought dying meant that living was pointless. Now I know the truth. Life is short and brutal and hard. It's up to us to fill it with as many experiences as we can. We're gonna spend our lives cooped up in the colony, subjugating nature because it strikes fear into our animal brains. Smells faintly. Where are we going to get out there? Live the only life we've been given. He looks down at the corpse of the Hawkeye, and he lays his head gently against its head. It's gonna end up like this in the end. No use denying it, and letting the fear of it control our actions. I agree completely. You're probably the only other person here who does. That's why we get along, I guess. He lifts the Hawkeye's body into his arms and rises to his feet. Now death will attract animals right into the other traps, not taking it back to the colony, up into a recycler. We have to take it into the woods and give it back to nature. You and Dis walk further into the forest in respectful silence, Dis cradling the dead Hawkeye against his chest. Eventually, he tells you to wait until he finds the tracks of a predator and lays it down nearby, an offering the forest accepts without acknowledgement. He returns to you, bloodstained and solemn. On, he says. You begin to walk back to the colony, though it's clear Dis is taking his time. After a few minutes of walking, he turns to you and grabs your arm, forcing you to stop and look at him. Alana, says, his eyes burning. Promise you won't let me end up like that Hawkeye. At your questioning look, he squeezes your arm to the point that it almost hurts. I'm trapped here. Let me go, okay? What does this mean? Promise. Breathe a sigh of relief. Thank you, Selena. He stares at you for a few unnerving seconds, perfectly still, before jerking into motion and fishing a pendant necklace from his clothes. He unclasps it from his neck and holds it out to you. Here, you should have this. I want you to have it. You turn and let him put it around your neck. The pendant is large, but surprisingly light. You recognize it as a fragment of Unisaur horn, its pearlescent color shimmering in the light. Thank you, it's beautiful. I didn't make it. The Unisaur did. I just put it on a cord, but thank you. He regards you with a serious expression. You're the only person in this colony that I ever that I've really ever cared about. I don't know why you bothered trying to be my friend when I was trying to push everyone away. His mouth bends in a shy little smile. Thank you for sticking with it. I don't know how much I appreciate having a friend here. Steps away and looks at the ground, suddenly evasive. Listen, I don't know how much longer I have left here, says softly. Just want you to know that I want to spend the time I do have with you. Why? How did that accidentally friend zone him? I was trying. I'm rolling it back, bro. Oh my God. How is that friend zoning? What the fuck? Wait, what if I do? I can't wear this. Don't worry, he replies. It was already dead when I found it. Are you kidding me? Okay, so there's only one right option. I thought it was gonna be like Tang's where I could say something and then flirt. Option. Are you flirting with me? It says hands paws on your neck. Wait. Maybe, he breathes. So quiet you almost don't hear it. Is that okay? His voice is shaking. Is he scared? Oh my god. Yes, I feel the same way. You do? I'm not just saying that because you feel sorry for me, right? Turn around and shake your head. You've waited a long time for Dis to be ready, and he finally came to you on his own. A bird you had to let go to be free. Pog! Curious why not picking the flirting option? Oh yeah, I explained it. I was trying to see if I could just respond and then... My heart and soul! Say. He regards you with a serious expression. The only person in this colony that I've ever really cared about. I don't know why you bothered to be trying to be my friend when I was trying to push everyone away, but his eyes drop to your mouth and linger there. I care for you so much, Solana, says softly. It almost scares me sometimes. I've never felt like this before about anything. Oh my god! He cups your face and bends to kiss you. It's achingly sweet and slow. I can imagine what I do to keep you safe. He steps away and looks down at the ground, suddenly evasive. Listen, I don't know how much longer I have left here. I want you to know that I want to spend the time I do have with you. I need to make sure. Okay, wahoo! Yay! Damn. But how did he know how to do that? Both of these siblings are recluses. Hana's parasocial for this. That's okay, I have the equivalent IRL too. It's always this archetype. It's always this character archetype that gets me. Okay. It's Liz too! You don't know why, me neither! Wait, but Liz, how does that translate to girls? Yeah, you don't even like boys, so it doesn't make sense! Oh my god. Sorry, Tang. I am pansexual for this. But the archetype... See, I also like Kageyama from Haikyuu. He's my favorite. A moody, cold, dark-haired guy. You also like Kageyama? Cute. Alright, see? It's a type. I get a... Before... What? Should I get a drink before going home? Sure. Anna gets me for real, for real. Wait, then who are your anime girl crushes? Oh wait, it's Holland too, so now I have to... Wait, how do I talk to Red Eve? Okay, in any case. Ahoo! Oh wait, what was that? Oh, that was my pet. Oh! Scared again. Oh, hi Sim. Kyo from Fruits Basket, Kyo from Kageyami from Haikyuu. Hate everyone but me, please. Yeah. I like Lelouch from Code Geass. Oh my god, who else is on my list? There's the guy from... What? Oh god. The shoujo romance anime where the girl plays an MMO to just do an activity with her boyfriend, but then she gets dumped, and then she meets this pro gamer and then ends up dating him to make, or like fake dates him to make the boyfriend that ex jealous, but then they actually get into a relationship. Yeah, Yamaraku. I also like, well, if I was younger, he would definitely be one of those anime crushes. Like, I had a crush on Lelouch when I was like 13. Yes, loving Yamada-san at level 99999, whatever. Yes, that one. Oh, and the male protag in Hyoka. I felt him on a spiritual level. Oh wait, the Jelly Arch again. Oh wait, this is something new. Lot 100. Like moody girls, but golden retriever. Wait, moody guys, but golden retriever girls. I don't know why. Huh. I've never considered the golden retriever girl archetype because all my bisexual friends end up dating golden retriever boyfriend gamer guys for some reason. I don't think I've ever met a golden retriever girl. IRL. But that archetype is very prevalent in anime for sure. You from K-On! Was your high school crush? I actually never watched K-On! Or I tried to a couple times, but I think it was like college afterwards, and I was like, kind of missed that age range. Like the rest of the planet, the valley is home to some strange plant and animal life. You find Utopia puzzling over a jelly arch, a huge gelatinous arch held together by solid veins, large enough for a person to walk underneath. They don't look like animals, but you've been wandering around long enough to realize these things aren't always what they seem. Upon closer inspection, the arch seems to pulse and breathe, even though they have no visible organs. They're always kind of warm. It's unsettling. I know this one ain't right, Utopia mutters to herself as you approach. Lena, you ever seen a jelly arch look so deflated? Take a look. It's true. This arch doesn't seem as structurally sound as the others. I'm beginning to think they're all connected, Utopia says, scratching her chin. Like runners underground, walking up every so often in waves like this. If one's looking rough, what happens to the rest? She sticks her hand in the goop, and the arch seems to cringe away as she roots around in its innards. Got some kind of crystal structure in there suspended in it, sticking her tongue between her teeth. Or if it's got a nose knocked out a joint or whatever it's got instead of a nose. The jelly arch makes a sloshing groaning noise. Its surface rippling with pain? Can it even feel pain? Or is it just a reaction to being turned up inside? Get her to stop. Utopia pulls her arm from the jelly arch with a puzzled look. Yeah, I guess I should be more careful. Good looking out, Solana. Alright, let's see this encounter. Actually, go see them, maybe? What is this again? +1 social guild for 3 months. From Kaon, Cowrie from Your Line, April. More sunshine, the better. What about the cosplayer girl anime? Mari. Biscuit really likes Mari. Enjoy relatively uneventful second son of taking readings for one of Utopia's geological surveys when the world shifts on an unnatural axis as Sim comes crashing seemingly out of thin air, grappling with a skyfish almost as big as he is. Look out! He calls to you, though it's far too late for that. The ground rushes up to meet. All you can do to close your eyes and protect your head. To make matters worse, in the ensuing tussle, they completely crushed the delicate scanning equipment you'd just finished setting up. Utopia's gonna be so upset. What the heck was that? You yell at Sim, who shrugs helplessly while he holds the skyfish at bay. It's a whole damn mess. What's he doing bare knuckle boxing with skyfish? Honestly. Skyfish flops around pitifully and springs back into the sky and flies away, trilling in distress. Doesn't even look dangerous, really. Lana. Sim croaks, turning your attention to him. Blood is pouring from a wound in his chest, where one of the skyfish's spines must have pierced his otherwise perfect skin. I kind of think that will definitely leave a scar, or worse. Holding the wound closed, Sim smiles sheepishly. My future sight isn't always 20/20. Holy shit, are you gonna be okay? He waves dismissively, with the hand that's not holding his ding-dang chest together. His blood a flesh wound, he says. Then, did I say it right? It's from one of your Earth movies. I quite liked it. Coughs, and are simply difficult to kill completely. He grins. You think it's just a coincidence that I'm always there at exactly the right time to save you. At night, when I'm asleep, he corrects himself. I sometimes see visions of things that are going to happen, or at least that could happen. My dreams aren't always true, Sim says, wincing as he applies pressure to the wound. The paths branch and converge. Time is more like a web than a line, I think. Smiles weakly, but always in the center, there's you. I can see the future too. Then, Sim laughs. You must not be very good at it either. You try to explain. Tell him it's kind of like remembering, but in your dreams. It's happened ever since you were a little kid. Like you're remembering things that haven't happened yet. You admit that some are pretty rough, like visions of people dying. Sim nods in agreement as you explain. Some gardeners have this ability. It takes hundreds, even thousands of years to develop. It seems you are born with it. I'll tell you how this future sight works, he continues. I can't tell you how this future sight works. You love Maureen from My Dress Up Darling. If I was younger, she'd got anime girl crush for real, for real. Hey. Biscuit has some really nice art of Maureen. I think it was from Lucid Sky. Very nice. He's clearly grappling with something and not just a sluggishly bleeding wound in his chest. His voice drops. I look for answers under the light of the wormhole and glow. Confesses. You press him for more, but he begs you to simply leave him to handle his injury in peace. Wait, but I did do that before. That was the first, that was literally last glow. Or crystal. He examines the crystal for a moment and hands it back to you. You could better hold on to this, Luna. Might need it later. Oh wait. This is farm. Try to trip it. It's just a tiny one, but food's food, and you are a forager. Harvest. 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 You feel like it was a real small one. There weren't as many stalks on it. Get to the tender, pale inner shoots. The whistling sound goes up in a pitch and becomes almost a scream. Scream. Then it dies out, changing pitch hideously like a bagpipe squeezing out the last of its air, and the triplet sags, upwards and keels over. Yeah, it's dead. Well, still a success. Your arms filled with a few heavy, meaty triplet stalks you could harvest. You return to the depot for your kudos. I skinned it alive. I'm sure it's fine. Okay. There, see? It's fine. Now. It's alive. Yes, I only half skinned it. I'm just gonna see if there's any other collectible. Oh, right, this thing. Alright. What's this? The Valley of Vertigo spans a huge and relatively safe area, so it's rare to see other foragers are out here. Surprising, then, to come across Utopia and two other foragers crouching in the underbrush. Solana, get over here, she says, beckoning you over. You slink over to the other foragers. Through a gap in the underbrush, you spot a terrific sight. A fully grown manticore has fallen into a nest of at least 20 snap bladders and are engaged in what looks like a battle to the death. I have 10 kudos on the snap bladders. I fell into a nest once. I was laid up in the med bay for a week. Poor manticore, one of the other foragers says. What a way to go. The last forager snorts. Those snap bladders don't have a chance. They'll take 10 on the manticore. Manticore roars in pain as it's torn apart by the whip-fast, hungry snap bladders. Head on the snap bladders. Not even a contest. The manticore's roars get weaker as it's poisoned and slowly torn apart piece by piece. Finally, it collapses into the carnage. The snap bladder nest is ravaged, but a few lizard-like heads tear into the manticore's carcass. They won. You collect your winnings. Alright, let's get in there and scavenge what we can. Be careful, those snap bladders are still dangerous. Gamba? In this video game? That is probably like ripping a claw off a crab. Hey, hi! You decide to get iced mocha from the store. Wahoo! Enjoy them without picking. No gamba. Alright, that's a lot of sand recovery, thankfully. This not here? Where's this? Okay. Do it again. That. You're luckier in here than in Genshin. Woof. This was also useless. I know with Pink Peachy. What? What? Hate being here. What? Topaz, don't fall into the peer pressure. Don't let them force you into, like, peer pressure you into Gamba here. I'm telling you. They're just a bunch of addicts. Do that either. I just wanna find this, okay? Where is this boy? Follow it. Racket. I don't know what's out here. What is this one, dude? Hey. It's out here. Alright, waste of time. I am going to reload that one. Wait, did I go through this? I'm up here. Yes, this map is very pretty. Oh, I forgot. Wrong. I think Melon has beef with us. I think so too. Okay, fine. You know what? Let's see if I need kudos now. No. Seven. I guess that works. 37. 41. E okay, there you go. Get in there and squeeze out some jelly. One of the many holes. Somehow managing not to get sprayed too badly. Right. Kudos got. I don't remember what's. Edible mushrooms? Oh. Okay. The secret to winning stream elements is threatening a riot with. Oh my god, it did work. Nice. Stream elements, you're not the best, but someday you might meet. Please let us keep winning. The BG music is very calming. Yeah. You're stressed about packing and live a bit. Oh, you're moving? Oh, good luck. Hope everything goes smooth. Gamba gamba. Your path is blocked. Let the creatures wait. Escapes drops from you to your pet Riki, who chitters and runs up to it, waving its grasping tentacles. A gigantic creature huffs and leaps down to sniff it, its rage forgotten. Let the creature sniff your pet. A larger creature makes a chuffing noise like a tiger, a bassy, vibrating exhale that ruffles your Riki's fur. Intent that it's not going to eat Riki, you back and let them introduce yourselves. Riki isn't isn't intimidated in the slightest. In fact, it seems totally relaxed in the presence of this hulking beast. They touch tentacles and sniff each other, and your Riki even curls up to the bigger one's arms for a while. Wait, they look just like parent and child. Is this another life phase of the Riki? After a while, the huge Riki leaves harmlessly. Happy little buddy got time to socialize with their own species. Wow, that's cute. Didn't know that was an event. Your roomie's moving out, so you needed to find a new place. You decide to do it yourself this time. You're in your girl's boss era. Wow! So happy Chapko-mei to you guys if you celebrate. It's Yuan Xiaojie. Wait, what's that? Be the cutest thing if my shop ship moved in together. What ship? We're talking about a boat? I'm confused. Hi, Jeremy. He was playing Zelda instead of sleeping. That makes sense. Jeremy, go to sleep. You have something to do at 4 AM. You thought you were decently far into the game since you had all the powers to open the closed door and traverse the entire island. Oh, the 15th day. Then you realized you could zoom out of the map, and you only did like 9% of the map. Yeah, or the Lantern Festival's last day of Chinese New Year is the 15th day. Oh, okay, okay. Ahoo. Hey. Now I know Dragon Boat Festival, but I don't recall when that is. I didn't know there was a Chinese Valentine's Day. Yes, the map is huge, Jeremy. What the heck? You thought you beat Tears of the Kingdom in one day? Get them all from a distance. These purple berries, they're not even the Holopedia's berries. They're some kind of explosive seed pod. You take a few steps back, careful not to set one off. You shield yourself behind a tree and throw rocks at the bushes until with a satisfying pop pop pop, the explosive berries begin to trigger in chain reaction. Each burst sends seeds flying in all directions like shrapnel, setting off nearby berry bushes. Then carefully cut a path through the thicket and continue on your way. Challenge was not looking at my Reiki, was just looking at under 15, 13, 15. Okay, that's interesting. 17. Wahoo! Oh. Oh shit. Okay. 7. People are talking about throwing oranges with their phone numbers today. To a seer river. My god, the Lord and Savior responded back to Jerby. The way home now, the bus stop is at YMCA. Wahoo! But I need to research this. Jerby's asking Liz for her WeChat. The Reiki runs up your leg. This giant spider thing, and it's got weird tentacles and get off! Okay. Okay, let's just go home. I think... Also, this is actually the valley. I mistyped it. Oh, wahoo! You're browsing the colony bulletin board on your Paulo Palm over breakfast when you notice this new post from Nomi. Seems to be a short story. The title is Xenos to the Rescue. Oh boy. You open the story and read through it. Wow, it's actually pretty good. And we did a great job of grounding the unrealistic premise of talking manticores with relatable characters and a strong emotional story. With your help on some of the finer details, Nomi's written something that truly elevates the art form. You get a notification to your holopalm that you've received some kudos, along with a message from Nomi. For the help, Solana, here are your royalties. PC is the 7th day of the 7th month of the Chinese calendar, traditionally known as Valentine's Day. Isn't it still the first month right now? The meaning of Chapko May is the 15th. Okay, not much speed. Okay, not. Chapko May is the 15th day of the new year. That makes it the 15th and last day of the Chinese New Year celebrations. The festival holds great historical significance and is considered the Chinese Valentine's Day. But apparently Yuan Xiaojie is also Chinese Valentine's Day. Go eat, you should go eat. He sees the cute one where the birds form a bridge to the moon goddess can meet her mortal lover. Oh yeah, I heard of that one. We are in late pollen. Hi, Dis. Come up beside Dis and slip your hand into his, and he startles before relaxing when he realizes it's you. Oh, hey, he says, blushing. Hold on. I don't think we're working out. I could have just broken up with Tay. Oh my god. Wait, I want to see what this flirting option does. Hey, let's get out of here. I was just thinking what the same thing. Just giving you one of his rare smiles. You head out the gates. You and Dis check your gear and set off on a deep wilderness hike. Dis in the lead. After a few hours, he's led you both on a grueling switchback up the side of a cliff. As you pull yourself over the ledge, you curse his name. Dis, who's somehow still standing and as hale and hearty as ever, just laughs. Come on, he says, and you groan. Just a little further. It was worth it. Stagger to your feet and loop your arms around him, letting him support you as you take in the view, which is, as promised, awesome, in the sense that it fills you with genuine awe. Nearby waterfall begins its descent down the steep cliff, pulling at the bottom in an azure lake that glimmers in the second sunrise. Near the colony is an insignificant smudge of dirt in the horizon. This takes a deep breath and releases it. Wish more people could see the colony like this, he says, holding you close. You think they'd finally realize how small and powerless we are compared to this planet. Oh, that's so cute! So cute. God. Dad know I'm dating this? Why can't you eat? Aren't you like wine sleepy? Is anyone? Foggy to Valentine's Day. Air robots. Activity. Yeah, let's do that. You're honestly pumped for your first day in the robotics lab. There wasn't enough room on the Strato for a proper lab, so for the most of your life you've been warned that the bots the colony relies on, like the watering bots and the hover lifts, will actually all break down for good. With a fully functioning robotics lab, you should be able to keep those bots active for a lot longer. Plus, there's all sorts of unused bots in here. You look around and wonder at the wide array of chassis and shells. Maybe one day you'll be able to create new robots of your own. Can't wait to show off what you can do. I'll get you started, along with Congruence, who helps with the programming. I'm really just her hands, Hal says, laughing jovially. He's the brains behind the operation. Oh, please. If there's anything, we're partners in crime. Where would I be without you, Hal? So, what are you excited to work on, Solana? I like fixing things. Perfect, Hal beams, because we have so many poor bots that just need a little work to get running again. I'll let you putter to your heart's content. Happy to let you work at your own pace while he grades projects from his engineering class. If you have questions, Congruence answers them with her supernatural patience and cheer. Spend the day getting to know your way around the robotics lab, meeting all the bots you're going to be working with. These broken, forgotten bots just need a little TLC. You're in engineering very late today. You're starting to nod off and consider packing up for the night. You see Tangent and Instance leave their lab without locking the door. They're heading back towards living quarters. Usually they're so cautious, but it's late, and they must have been very tired to have forgotten. We're working on something together in secret. When I find out what? Yeah. Checking to make sure that the coast is clear, you slip into their office. It's just off the medbay, and every flat surface is dedicated to experiments. The whiteboard is covered in dense scribbles and diagrams, and the garbage bin is filled with wrappers of discarded soy meal replacements. It smells like stale coffee and sleep deprivation in here. Hollow screen terminal still active. It seems strange that they left it on. You get the feeling that they were not done for the night, and you'll have to be quick. I'm in the whiteboard. It's disorganized mess of scientific shorthand and half-finished diagrams, not yet polished enough to be entered into the official lab holorecord. A lot of important notes, but very few relevant ones. There's so much noise to signal, it's hard to make sense of it. Cipher it. Pour over everything Tang and Instance have worked on. Slowly putting together pieces we find is chilling. After researching the shimmer fungus together, they decided to bioengineer a more powerful virus that uses the same pathways but only affects native Rotumnan creatures. It would sever the existing symbiotic relationship between the Rotumnan fauna and fungi. Sever the existing symbiotic relationship between Rotumnan fauna and fungi and be completely fatal to its host. It would kill everything on this planet. Well, everything that walks, swims, or flies, leaving it empty and ready for human colonization. But why would they do this? Dig a little deeper and find not instant research logs, but our personal logs, written on real paper with a cover page that read, "My defense upon my death." Read through the papers in which Instant Hills being approached by Lum shortly after the Helio landed. He took control of the council. The Helio had been sent to retrieve congruence and bring to justice the people who stole her, Instance primarily, but also Hal and your mother. When they realized they could never return to Earth, Lum became interested in research instead, particularly her research into Rotumnan ecology. Upon threat of execution, Instance was essentially forced to pivot her research into finding a way to cleanse the planet for human colonization. She writes that she tried to shield the other scientists from her work for their protection, but that she couldn't keep the secret of her apprentice. Keep the secret from her apprentice Tangent. Speaks highly of Tangent, as a mother would talk about her own child. Grieves that she couldn't protect her too. And copies of missives. We have evidence now. God. Yo, this just went from 0 to 100. Again. I was worried triggered this scene that I wouldn't. Oh my god, is this where we overthrow Governor Lum and kill him finally? Wait, what season is it? Oh, that I wouldn't. Dust season. Dust season. Alright. We're gonna overthrow the government. Probably tomorrow though. Hi, Fairy. Rest well later. Thanks for the comfy. Viva la revolution. Yes. 17. Tomorrow I'm gonna sleep. Good night, Timochi. I have stuff to do in the morning. I will pick this up tomorrow. Oh my. I was like, you know, I was thinking that the activity, as you always do for the first time, always have some sort of thing that triggers. I didn't expect it to be that. Oh my god. Alright. Yeah, alright. We have to do a coup. I don't know about the array thing, what it does either now. Glad you went into the lab, because if you didn't find out, then everyone would die probably. Also, this is the reason you found the helping tongue thing weird. Yeah. I was wondering what that was contributing to. But like, if I didn't help her, I wonder if like everyone, us, would have just died. Okay, but we'll get to that, because you didn't trigger it on your first playthrough? Rick, the game plays on you is thinking helping Tang is positive. Yeah, I too thought it was positive for a relationship. Well, at least I got the achievement for dating Tang. That's all I wanted, really. Good night, thanks for letting me lurk. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Everyone. Fairy, Topaz, Liz, Duff, Jeremy, Timochi, Fairy. Fate, everybody. Topaz, stop gambling. Okay, you're never gambling again. Turning over new leaf. All right, see you in the next Honkai patch, bro. Okay, but yes, thank you all for being here, and thanks for the very subtle tips, um, and not spoiling anything. Much appreciated for spending some of your time here. It means a lot to me. We will continue this first playthrough run tomorrow.